Alright, at the top right hand corner, we have the Red Terran. He is Slayer's MMA. Get a shot of him. And
very
great
fast.
headphones.
Slowing down a bit. Look at him for a little while.
At the top left hand side corner, spawning an adjacent spawn from TSL, we have the blue Protoss. He is
GSL Killer.
Newfound respect for Tasteless. Having to do that all the time. There he is. What a handsome guy.
I like the new boots a lot.
The new boots are actually awesome.
They look really nice.
Yeah, they are actually really cool. They look like something that would be in a Terran base. But actually, they're too clean for that. Terran's kind of grungy.
Wait till you come to the Zerg base. Creep all over the floor.
At least I get to move faster. Alright, so. Killer does scout the gas. In the meantime, MMA has just left his base. Interesting depot at the bottom of his ramp. Probably would have just made a barracks there if the probe hadn't gotten in right away to stop scouting. Now, will Killer do something based upon that little supply depot? It is a possibility. We have seen people that wall in. Void Ray builds are particularly good against them, with some Stalkers mixed in, because Stalkers outrange Marines and Void Rays are good. Killer getting that second gas, just very standard play so far. Probably won't see what he's actually got planned until we have a Sentry or Stalker out to take care of the SCV.
MMA actually deciding to go for a tag light on his barracks really early. So, no factory up also. Looks like he's gonna go for the Marauder push. Oh, I love the early aggression from Terran player because a lot of Terran players already gave out on that. They know Protosses know how to counter it. All you need is 2 sentries and you can prevent early aggression, but it's always very good to see Terrans trying to go for early aggression.
You know what I love particularly about this type of early aggression is it's not all-inish in any way. Even if you lose a Marauder, you're still going to be fine. You just go over there, you micro, you force Protoss to have enough units to deal with you, and it doesn't really cost Terran a whole lot. They can easily expand. They already have an important upgrade. They already have some Marauders to help hold any counter rushes as well. So overall, it's, I think, one of the best builds in this matchup.
You're absolutely right, because you have to remember that quite early on when StarCraft 2 just started out, Protoss' early game normally loses to Terran when they start being very aggressive with their bio army. Of course, it looks like MMA is looking to go for an expansion, which he's doing so right now. But the early aggression would mean that the Protoss player won't come and try to mess with him anytime soon. You do see he's going to rally his Marauders in, and he's going to be able to kite the Zealot that's in front. Here comes the SCV to scout though.
Killer has to be careful about this. What he has right there will not beat what MMA has. And in fact, losing that Zealot is very painful for Killer. He only has one gateway. And you need a Zealot to actually tank this damage. Right now, Killer should be bringing down 2 or 3 probes to help tank some damage from these Marauders. Otherwise, he's going to lose both of these. Oh, another Stalker does pop out just in time. And he's still going to lose both Stalkers. Because that's what happens. You need something there to tank damage, such as a Zealot. And MMA setting up a bunker, that is so annoying for Killer. I can't even tell you. He's going for 3 gateway from here, and oh god, MMA is so good. His build is so tight. Going right into a Reaper to find out what Killer's going to do against him.
You're absolutely right. I mean, that's such a good reaction from him. Here comes a Reaper. He's actually gonna be able to do a lot of damage to the drone, to the probe line over here. Does see the gateways.
And get out.
There's nothing much Killer can actually do because of the back rocks that are there.
Yeah, and you know that even that bunker, he's already emptied it out, which I really like because he realizes, okay, yeah, you're going 3 gate. I'm not gonna hold this bunker with 1 Marauder cross map. No, it just slowed down what Killer wanted to do, which was expand. Killer wanted to do a 1 gateway expansion.
Killer sees the bunker though, and he's gonna try to go down and take it down, but all MMA is gonna do is just gonna salvage it. Straight away, salvaging it. Looks like he's gonna do it in time.
Didn't have an immortal in there. It's about the only way to get rid of those before they salvage.
Looks like MMA is going for a pretty conventional build.
Yeah, you know, he's just going 3 barracks, teching up a bit. And that's how you want to do it. I mean, you can do some of these 4 barracks builds, but they become quite all-in-ish. If the Protoss has really great force fields, he's going to be able to hold your attacks. Your tech's going to be slow. And then he's going to have a moment in the game, a timing in the game, where he can take another base, he can maybe do some damage to you. He basically gets some free time to do what he likes.
And the main thing is he actually manages to get his expansion up and running, like you said, and it's stable at the moment. And he delayed Killer's expansion.
Yeah, that's so annoying for a Protoss.
Oh my god, but it looks like Killer is going for early Colossus.
Yeah, he's
it's
going
pretty
really
early.
Three Warp Gate Colossus, which, you know, it can be a good build at times against certain things, but I don't really like it against what we see from MMA here. I'm not really a fan. Basically, Killer hasn't scouted what he's doing, and once he sees that his opponent is in fact going 3 barracks and teching, as opposed to 4, the Colossus isn't going to be as good. The Colossus is going to be better against the 4 barracks build. So, you know, he's kind of... Killer has shoved himself into this weird place in this game because he lost that early Zealot. All of this has happened because that early Zealot went too far out, got concussive shelled, was killed, everything was stalled for Killer, his build was way off. Just everything is actually stockpiled from there. The early game Protoss, if you're going off 1 gate, you have to do it flawlessly.
It's a Reaper effect. The Reaper effect that Artosis is talking about, that one Zealot actually did so much to affect mid-game.
It changed the game completely.
And right now, you do see a very strong MMM build coming from MMA.
Yeah, it's MMA, MMM, whatever.
And he has a reactor on his Starport. So the moment Killer sees that, he's thinking, okay, he has a Starport reactor, so it probably means that he's gonna go for a lot of Vikings to counter my Colossus if he sees it.
You know, Killer right now is going 3 more Warp Gates. 3 more Gateways. So he's actually going to stop Pro production pretty quickly here, I think, and just kind of go all in against MMA. I mean, you can't support Robo plus 6 Warp Gates off of 2 base with Protoss. Actually, you just can't do it. No, sorry, you can't. You don't have enough economy. It's like so tight that you can't really get upgrades. You can't really expand. You can't really make probes. You just kind of sit there making pylons, units, and Colossi. Yeah, you're going to get a big army, but it's all inish. It's all inish. So we're going to see MMA. This is not a good time for him to attack. This is like the time where Killer can actually kill him. That is not nearly a big enough army for MMA.
Look at his massive Marauder army, though. He's actually going for a really heavy Marauder, which is actually kind of good in this situation. I think he did spot the Colossus, so he's going to start getting Vikings, which he's doing so right now.
That's right, he has just started up his Viking production, as Killer does see.
Killer desperately is going to chrono out his +1 for his gateway units.
Yeah, that's kind of important to do. I mean, you need your upgrades, you need that Colossus to do as much damage as possible. All your Warp Gate units just tanking as much damage, killing him as hard as you can. MMA, though. I mean, he's going to have to scout what Killer's doing. Killer's doing a pretty good job, despite the fact I don't really like his build.
Well, he scans and he knows kind of what's going on in Killer's base right now. He's doing for Mass Stalkers. What do you think about Mass Stalkers? Don't you think he should get at least more Zealots to try to tank? I mean, I know Heavy Marauder. As a Zealot, you're going to be countered by Heavy Marauder. But you still kind of need something to tank for you.
Yeah.
Stalker army is very, very mobile, but it's very fragile.
Well, I think what he's going to try to do is let force fields do the tanking.
Okay.
You know, just kind of make it so few units are actually firing at him that he can just crush parts of the army. Now, Killer has stopped his production from his 6 Warp Gates. He's making expansion. He's getting his upgrades. You know, it's interesting that he's going from having so much unit production into actually switching it into a build that isn't in any way all. And he's setting up for a much longer game at this point. MMA just kind of moving around the map at this point. He's got 141 supply against 134 from Killer. Killer moving forward. One of his Colossi are behind.
Vikings coming, trying to get range on the Colossus out on the field, but there are a lot of Stalkers defending him. Deciding not to go for your favorite Phoenix against Viking build. he's going for the Viking flower before they patch it.
It's a beautiful Viking flower. I wonder what it's going to look like after the patch. So obviously you can patrol stuff. I guess they just won't stack. It'll be like a huge Viking flower. It'll be a Viking bed of algae. I don't know. Well, MMA has his third base going up. Third base of Killer has finished.
I'm actually kind of confused by MMA's build because since he's going for Bio Army, he can't wait too long to push because by then Killer will have enough tech to actually take him down. Looks like Killer is going to go for the back rocks of his base, and he kind of senses MMA is not going to be so aggressive towards him. If he does take down the back rocks and plus he have Blink, he can take down the economy of MMA pretty soon. Getting Templar Archives as well.
Yeah, and that's a good switch. You know, with all these Vikings out, I would not want to be making a lot more Colossi either. He does have 5 though. He has a lot of Stalkers out there.
We're gonna try.
Good Blink getting away from those Stalkers. And look at this. I love this. Notice the cannons going up. That is such a good defensible position. Cannons actually kill things like Vikings so quickly. That's just somewhere that he can leave his Colossi and actually micro around with the Stalkers, as you see he's doing. You know, maybe pick off some Vikings here and there. Pick off drops here and there. But he can't just leave his Colossi alone. Killer is actually transitioning into a great game despite all the roadblocks, all the speed bumps that he hit early on. Look at that nice Blink catching some Vikings. But despite everything that went wrong early that really forced him into a gross position, he's come out of it brilliantly in ways that I hadn't even imagined.
Honestly, Atosis, I don't understand why MMA choosing to go for actually a huge bio army isn't gonna push before the Templars are out. I mean, he's asking for it. He is asking for it with his huge bio army. He doesn't even have any tech switch coming out. There goes the scan.
He actually does not know that there is a Templar Archives out, but with Blink out, you should be like, well...
But he can guess, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's the only thing that is going to counter you. If you are a Terran and you go for Bio Ball, you see Colossus, and he's not going to move out of his Colossus and try to engage you, you know for sure the next thing that's what's coming. So he really has to try to go right now, which he's going to do so.
Well, Kadarin Amulet is on the way. Killer just sitting tight until he can have that.
He has goals on the field. Gets small
there you go. A lot of side storms. And will this be enough? A lot of the Stalkers just dancing behind each other. There are a lot of Vikings in here taking out all of Killer's. Wow. They just all went down and everything dying at this point. Landing his Vikings, smartly so. Needs that additional ground firepower. And Killer suddenly went from having what was a fearsome, awesome army to being slaughtered by the 2-2 army of MMA. You know, Killer does have 1-1, but Kadarin Amulet not finishing. Beautiful timing there, killing that off. And I think Killer may have to GG here. This was
really lucky because he got caught by 4 storms, but he still managed to come on top because he had a lot of medivacks on him. There's 2 more High Templar on high ground. He's going to try to snipe them before they come down.